Is your next Galaxy phone already at a disadvantage depending on where you live? That's the big question now, as reports confirm Samsung will once again split its flagship lineup, this time with the Galaxy S26 series. Just like in the past, not all users will get the same processor. Some countries will receive the version powered by Qualcomm's upcoming Snapdragon 8 Elite 2, while others will get Samsung's own Exynos 2600 chip. And if you've followed Galaxy phones over the years, you know this usually sparks debate. Historically, Samsung's Exynos chips haven't performed as well as their Snapdragon counterparts. From lower battery life to slower performance and thermal issues, the difference has been noticeable, especially among tech-savvy users. While Samsung has been working hard to close that gap, it seems the company still isn't ready to go all in with Exynos just yet. Samsung had actually planned to use the Exynos 2600 in every Galaxy S26 model. But there's a problem. Production isn't where it needs to be. The new Exynos chip is built on a 2nm process, which is still in the early stages of mass production. Reports say the chip is promising, but Samsung's factories can't produce enough reliable units yet, so the company is sticking with a dual processor approach for now. What that means is certain regions like Europe and parts of Asia will get the Exynos version, while countries such as the United States and Canada will likely get the Snapdragon model. And that's where things get a bit more complicated. Even though Samsung won't fully switch to Exynos this time, it might still benefit from the Snapdragon version. Why? Because Samsung is reportedly negotiating with Qualcomm to manufacture some of those Snapdragon chips in its own foundries. If that deal goes through, it's a win for Samsung's chip-making business. Even if users prefer Snapdragon, Samsung still plays a role behind the scenes. This could be a turning point for Samsung Foundry. The company has been improving its 3nm production and is now focusing on developing more stable and efficient 2nm technology. If it can show that it can produce high-end chips reliably, it may attract more business from outside companies, even beyond the smartphone market. Having its own chip in every Galaxy S26 was a bold idea. It would have allowed Samsung to control both the hardware and software experience, just like Apple does with its A-series and M-series chips. This kind of deep integration usually means better performance, improved battery life, and more consistent updates. But the reality is, Samsung isn't quite there yet. Still, the fact that the Exynos 2600 will be used in some regions shows progress. It means Samsung is getting closer to offering a true in-house experience, even if it can't scale it globally just yet. And who knows? Maybe by the time the Galaxy S27 arrives, we'll see a full transition. So how much should this matter to regular users? For most people, probably not that much. The difference in day-to-day use like browsing, watching videos, or using social media may be small. But if you're a gamer, a heavy multitasker, or someone who looks at benchmarks, the chip inside your phone could influence your buying decision. Samsung's choice to stick with a split processor model will likely disappoint some users. It raises concerns about fairness and consistency. People want to know they're getting the best version of the product, no matter where they live. Until Samsung can produce enough Exynos chips to handle global demand, this situation might continue to create confusion and frustration. Would you feel okay getting the Exynos version of the Galaxy S26? Or would you rather wait for the Snapdragon model, or maybe even consider switching brands? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you want more updates on the Galaxy S26, Exynos chips, and all things Samsung, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Google's Pixel 9a is shaping up to be one of the most exciting mid-range smartphones of the year. But what makes it even more interesting is a possible pre-order bonus that could add extra value for buyers. According to a reliable source, Google may offer a free Google TV streamer to customers who pre-order the Pixel 9a in select markets. With this streaming device priced at around $100, the offer makes the deal even more appealing. A well-known tech leaker, Roland Quant, has revealed that in certain parts of Europe, customers who purchase the Pixel 9a through specific Google partners will receive this free streaming device. However, it is still uncertain whether this deal will extend to other regions, including the United States. Since the Pixel 9a is expected to be officially announced soon, more details should be available in the coming days. For those unfamiliar, a TV streamer is a small device that plugs into a television's HDMI port, allowing access to streaming services like YouTube, Netflix, Disney+, and more. It essentially transforms any standard TV into a smart TV. If you don't already own a streaming device, this could be a great addition to your home entertainment setup. Moving on to the phone itself, the Pixel 9a is rumored to feature a 6.3-inch OLED display with a resolution of 1080 2424 pixels. The 120Hz refresh rate is expected to make scrolling and animations feel much smoother. To improve durability, the screen will likely be protected by Gorilla Glass 3, making it more resistant to scratches and minor damage. Performance-wise, the Pixel 9a is expected to run on Google's Tensor G4 processor paired with 8 GB of RAM. It will likely be available in two storage options, 128 GB and 256 GB. However, as with previous Pixel models, expandable storage may not be supported, so buyers will need to choose their preferred option at checkout. When it comes to cameras, Google seems to be sticking with a reliable setup. The rear cameras are rumored to include a 48-megapixel main sensor and a 13-megapixel ultra-wide lens, which should deliver impressive image quality, even in little light conditions. The front-facing camera is also expected to be 13 megapixels, making it great for selfies and video calls. Battery life is another strong point for the Pixel 9a. It is rumored to come with a 5,100 mAh battery, which should be more than enough to last through a full day. Wireless charging support is also expected, making it more convenient for those who prefer cable-free charging. Additionally, the phone is said to have an IP68 rating, making it resistant to dust and water for added durability. As for pricing, the Pixel 9a is expected to start at $499 for the 128 GB version in the United States. The 256 GB model may cost $599, though some leaks suggest it could be as high as $649. If the price does go up significantly, it might be less appealing to budget-conscious buyers, but we'll have to wait for the official announcement to know for sure. The Pixel 9a is expected to be officially unveiled on March 19, with pre-orders likely starting the same day. If Google offers the free Google TV streamer in your region, this could be the perfect time to get a new phone along with an extra device at no additional cost. Would you consider pre-ordering the Pixel 9a if this deal is available in your country? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this update useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tech news. Samsung is stepping up its game in the mid-range smartphone market with the introduction of the Galaxy S26 and A56. These new models bring several upgrades, particularly in the camera department. One of the biggest highlights is that they are the first Samsung mid-range phones to support 10-bit HDR video recording, a feature previously exclusive to flagship devices. This means users can now capture videos with richer colors and a wider dynamic range, making them look more professional. The front camera on both phones features a 12-megapixel sensor with an f2.0 aperture, allowing more light to enter the lens. This improves low-light photography and enhances selfie quality. The most notable change is that these front cameras now support 4K video recording at 30 frames per second in 10-bit HDR, a significant step up from the previous Galaxy A35 and A55 models, which were limited to 8-bit recording. This upgrade results in better detail, improved color accuracy, and an overall smoother video experience. On the back, both the Galaxy S36 and A56 come with a 50-megapixel primary camera equipped with optical image stabilization, OIS, and phase detection autofocus, PDF. These features help reduce motion blur and ensure sharper images even in unsteady hands. The A36 includes an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera, while the A56 offers a slightly better 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens, giving users more flexibility when capturing wide-angle shots. Both models also come with a 5-megapixel macro camera, which is useful for close-up shots, though some users might prefer a zoom lens instead. Samsung is clearly aiming to bring premium features to its mid-range lineup, but one feature is still missing: -4K video recording at 60 frames per second. While the current video quality is a major improvement, adding this capability in future models could help Samsung compete even more effectively with brands like OnePlus and Motorola. However, not all changes may be welcomed by users. One significant difference in these new models is the removal of the microSD card slot. This means storage expansion is no longer an option and users must rely solely on the built-in storage. The Galaxy S36 and A56 come in two options: 120